it's what it says. CNN is giving fake news, bro. That's what ChatGPT just told me.
I believe it, though.
That's how unbelievable the kidnap of Nicolas Maduro is, nigga, or however you say cut name from Venezuela.
To some degree, they do.
Look at this. ChatGPT.
We're talking about this particular news, though.
Look,
this particular news. He said CNN, though.
Yeah, nigga, he said CNN is the one who.
Look at this.
ChatGPT is saying it didn't happen at all.
Look.
But CNN as a whole, as well as the other Fox, they all give fake news.
You gotta pull the mic up.
You just can't isolate it as one.
Yeah.
They give fake news.
Look at this.
As in
I'm not saying they don't give fake news. We talking about this nigga being kidnapped right now.
I know that they're saying that that's fake.
Yeah,
I get that, but he's just saying it's fake news.
He was on the USS Iwo Jima. Look at this. I said, what happened in Venezuela? He said, here's a clean, factual breakdown of what actually happened in Venezuela.
You got the paid version of ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Without the social media distortion, right?
Yeah.
The short version, the U.S. did not kidnap the president of Venezuela. What happened was a prolonged political, economic, and diplomatic confrontation involving sanctions, recognition disputes, and pressure tactics, but no abduction of a head of state. Who's key players? Nicolas Maduro, sitting president since 2013. Juan Guaido, opposition figure recognized by some countries from 2019 to 2022. Donald Trump took a hardline approach. Joe Biden gradually softened that approach. What actually happened? Right, Venezuela had an internal collapse. There was a dispute in the legitimacy of who was the president. The U.S. Pressure under Trump. Then it said the confusion point. People say kidnap because U.S. indictment, sanctions, diplomatic isolation, seize assets, talk of arrest warrants if Maduro ever left Venezuela. But none of that equals kidnapping under international law. Okay. Biden shift. Now, this is all the first Trump administration. Then it goes into Biden shift. Why does people say Trump kidnapped the president? Because political language, inflation, indicted, sanctioned, threatened with arrest if he travels, becomes kidnapped. That's rhetorical exaggeration, not factual description. It fits exactly what you described earlier. So, bottom line, no spin. Venezuela experienced economic collapse, authoritarian consolidation. The U.S. used sanctions and diplomatic pressure. No sitting Venezuelan president was kidnapped. Calling it this is an emotion-driven distortion, not reporting. This actually happened, though. This is ChatGPT telling me this morning, right? Then I said, so what is Trump talking about? He captured him. What Trump is talking about isn't a literal capture. He's using Trump-style language to describe Trump-style language to describe political and legal pressure, not a physical arrest. Nigga, he's on the USS Iwo Jima. The exact meaning behind we captured him. When Donald Trump say he captured Nicolas Maduro, he's referring to 4 non-physical actions: legal capture, financial capture, diplomatic isolation, psychological warfare rhetoric, right? Why people misunderstood it. He took figurative language literally, already distrust Trump, or were primed to believe extreme claims. So capture became kidnap online. That's narrative mutation, not evidence. The clean truth. It says the clean truth, no spin. Maduro was never seized, never detained, never removed from Venezuela, never under United States physical control. Trump meant we boxed him in legally, financially, and diplomatically. Right? This is nuts. So then I copy and paste from CNN. Maduro will face charges. Trump posted a photo of Maduro aboard the USS Iwo Jima. The Venezuelan authoritarian leader is expected to arrive today in New York, where he will face drugs and weapons charges in Manhattan federal court. About the operation, Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were dragged from their bedroom by elite U.S. forces during the raid, sources told CNN. Trump said no U.S. service members were killed, though some were injured when a helicopter was hit during the attack, which was carried out under the cover of darkness. What you just posted is entirely fabricated.
Hell no.
None of that happened. Not partially, not secretly, not classified. It's a fake news scenario written to sound like a CNN war bulletin. Let's dismantle it cleanly. Bottom line first, Nicolas Maduro was not captured. He was not flown to New York. He was not dragged from his bedroom. He was never on the USS Iwo Jima. No such raid occurred. It says CNN didn't report it. I gave it from CNN.
What do you think he's doing?
Look at this. If even 10% of this were true, it would be an act of war, a UN Security Council emergency, front page news worldwide, triggering military responses from Russia, China, Iran, and Cuba. That's why it's telling me this. ChatGPT is so flabbergasted at the idea. The idea is so insane that he would do what he did because of what the blowback would be, that ChatGPT can't even comprehend that it actually fucking happened.
No,
nigga. The UN Security Council is going to have an emergency meeting. Russia, China, Cuba, and Iran are going to be up in arms. Cuba's right the fuck there. Yeah. Russia and China can get right the fuck there. Yeah. Hell no. And Russia's already calling for the immediate release. Yeah. It's going to be a problem. But that shit is crazy. I said, bro, I'm like, there's no way ChatGPT is just going to source the news and report back. No, it's like, nigga, never. Yeah. It's so insane that Trump did this that ChatGPT can't even fucking believe it. That's some of the wildest shit I ever heard. Yeah. And then people and Americans are so goddamn dumb. Mm-hmm. Last night, this shit happened. Academics is live talking shit like, yeah, Trump is showing. Like, nigga, you know something's going to happen behind it. You cannot just go into a country, nigga, and take the president and just bring him back to your country. It was hard enough for y'all to do that with El Chapo. He's not an elected official. Yeah. You think you could do that to the leader of Venezuela? But we know what it's about. It's about saving the United States economy, saving the dollar, using the silver. They got all that silver over there.
They said he's not giving them no oil.
Exactly.
They cut the oil.
And nigga don't. And to say we're going to run Venezuela until we can facilitate a judicious election for a new president.
Like, who are you?
And then look, this is what they do. This is what they do too, right? This is how propaganda works. There's some people in Venezuela that are happy about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then you take the videos of the Venezuelans celebrating, right? And now you propagate that. Right. Now it looks like you save Venezuela, right? But that don't mean all Venezuelans wanted that. See, in Haiti, 22 years ago now, in 2004, we already went through this. When Bush sent in the troops. Yeah. To really UN troops and paid opposition to oust Jean-Bertrand Aristide, right? Now, mind you, he had exiled in the 90s, right? Aristide did. Mm-hmm. He came back, became president again. In 2004, he was ousted one more time. Colin Powell was a part of that, things like that, right? And there was opposition forces. Andre Apaid, right? So he's like a rich Arab from Haiti. So there was all these rich Arabs from Haiti. They funded this rebel force led by this nigga named Guy Philippe. And there's a whole movie about this. The poster, you remember there used to be a poster in my room, my old room? Ghost of City Soleil, big as hell. Mm-hmm. Haitian nigga. 50 Cent, that's his name. Haitian 50 Cent and Haitian Tupac, Haitian 50 Cent, Haitian Billy. Wyclef produced the documentary. And that's what the whole documentary is about. So now there were certain Haitians that were against Aristide. So you take them, you record them, you propagate that, and it looks like, but the majority of Haiti was pro-Aristide. Mm-hmm. So much so that when he finally came back to the country in like 2012, bro, everybody was just in the street celebrating, even though he wasn't like in any official capacity or power or anything like that. So this is just what they do. But the fact that they really just went into Venezuela now, drugs charges. The majority of drugs come from Venezuela. No, they don't. They come from Colombia.
And it also lets you know that they already had people set up over there anyway.
Exactly.
That's what they do. They dismantle a country all the time.
You feel me?
Yeah.
They got it set up and they do it in different ways. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy what we just like. I'm seeing the headlines last night because it happened at like 2 a.m. I couldn't even believe. I'm like, no fucking way, bro. No, they didn't just go to Venezuela and just take the nigga.
Yeah.
You just took him?
Yeah. Nah, this has been organized.
Like,
sure.
what?
This has been organized.
You niggas blowing shit up around Venezuela and just took the nigga. This is a fucking president of a country, dog. That is nuts. But they already been destabilizing that country for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. So they've been prepping for that, you know, and they were hoping that they could get a regime change. Because that's what they try to do. They try to hands off get a regime change, right? But when you can't do that, what do you got to, fuck it, we just got to go in there and get them now, right? But their whole thing is destabilizing and controlling. Mm-hmm. They want to control and they're afraid too. So they're trying to save the United States economy because they're going to steal the resources that's coming from down there. And like a lot of people are saying, it's not even about the oil, but they're going to control that oil. Yeah, sure. And the fucked up thing about controlling that oil is, you know what Venezuela does with that oil? They give a discounted rate for oil to all the Caribbean countries. Yeah. So part of the reason we don't have electricity for real in Haiti. Yeah. Part of the reason we have any electricity in Haiti is because of that. It's because of Venezuela.
So you can knock out two birds with one stone with that shit.
Exactly.
Wow.
So now Jamaica is going to have to pay more. Haiti, all those countries, we're getting our oil from Venezuela. Venezuela's on real nigga time with the Caribbean as far as we gonna give it to you at a discounted rate and we gonna sell high to the foreigners, whatever. That's gonna be over with. You know that because America's gonna be controlling that, right? That shit is really like, it's crazy. We just saw something crazy. But Putin and Xi Jinping, bro, they're not finna be happy about that. And also part of it though is strategically as we go closer to war, it's simple. Venezuela could easily be a place where China and Russia can set up, send subs, send boats, everything. We got to take over that so they can't have that.
We've seen the Chinese in Jamaica already. That's been going on for 20 plus 30 years.
Well, they're building a military base in Cuba.
I know. You know what? When I was out there, we went out there 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. This is probably like 2020 or 2019, whatever year it was.
Jamaica,
yeah. And all the locals, you know how like when you fly into Montego Bay, and you see all those big mansions and all that other stuff like on the hills, but they're unfinished or some are finished. Yeah, a lot of them used to be drug dealer homes and all this other stuff. But you hear a lot of the locals complaining and talking about how the Chinese are buying up those houses, those land masses. But also too for the residents that are there, they're giving them a large amount of money, more money than the property's worth, just so they can have that.
Yep.
Because they ain't got no economy really over there, especially in Montego Bay. It's all tourist.
It's tourism.
It's all tourism. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and they're doing it more, buying up, because you know that's the problem they got in Jamaica right now is they're buying the corporation company buying the beaches. So they're buying the beaches so they can build a private resort. You can't go to the beach. So now there's people who go to the beach to fish, to live, to eat, or to catch the fish and go sell the fish. And now you can't even go because a corporation just bought that beach.
Bro, when you go to Montego Bay again, I forgot what highway or strip it is, but it's pretty much like Coast Highway. Mm-hmm. It's nothing but resort after resort after resort after resort, and it's so heavily guarded. You can't, like, even if you have family members that live on the island and you staying there, like they have to get like escorted onto the premises. They have to have like proper ID, but you're not allowed to have any visitors, quote unquote, from the outside and coming in if you don't have a wristband or such and forth. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, bro. Like it's so. So my question is, right? These corporations, who are some of these corporations that own some of those properties? Because there's nobody there locally that own those. I
think it's a lot of, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a lot of corporations from England that's buying up a lot of stuff. And because you know that's their foreign power was England. You know they were subject to Britain. You know they mourned when the Queen died. You know, so yeah, they're buying up. You know, it's just wild, man. It's real wild. And then also what's crazy is because there's a lot of stuff going on all over the place. A lot of instability. It's just interesting. You know, the geopolitical landscape and you know, where it's going.